So, job today is to get tiles into, and these aren't really tiles, they're just drain pipes, they don't have holes in them. Not looking to collect the water other than diverting the water away from the building. We got gutters at all four corners, and my plan is I'm going to use a hand shovel here because I'm not that good. I'm not good at all, but I think that's pretty good for a newbie. Got a nice little slope going away. Hopefully we're going to go about 50 foot out, and we're going to dig a nice little cistern for right now just to divert the water away from the building. And I'm hoping I can get the tile people who tiled this to come back and tie our drains into the tiles. We'll see about that. So, basically I would love to pretend that I can explain to you exactly how I did it, but for you guys who are excavator newbies, I just did it. It looks pretty good. There's certainly a couple swipes in here, but I'm not too worried about that. It's just draining some water. We'll backfill it, obviously, with the blade all back in. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to roll out the tube and see how close we are. I'm going to bet I was going to use a tape measure, but it's blowing so hard right now, the tape measure kept blowing away. So forget the tape measure. I'm just going to use the good old-fashioned reel method. My plan is to put the tube from there, obviously down here, have it hang out a good bit, and I'm going to make a nice little V-shaped cistern that I'll fill with septic field rock, and that'll divert the water around. This field's tiled, so it'll just go right back into the tiles, so no worries there. In the future, like I said, I'd like to have it literally hook up to the tiles, and I don't know if that's possible. What I'm doing might work out just fine. So keep in mind, I'm not doing this for hire. This is my own property, my own building. I'll do what I dang well want. So please don't pretend. You probably need to, I don't know what your state regulations are. I'm not charging someone to do this. This is me learning how to run my Mini. So, I'm sure that there's 1,000 different ways to do it, and I'll bet that, this isn't perfect enough for people who actually operate equipment. I'm not trying to take your job, I promise. I'm just having fun with my own toy. So, I think it digs really well. I'm pretty happy with that. I could smooth out right there just a little bit, but close enough. I'm going to take a shovel anyway to dig out the close part, so obviously I'm going to tie into there. It'll all be underground. Eventually this will be cemented over top, but it's outdoors, so we can't do it right now. Yeah, we'll smooth this out. But we're getting there. I'm going to wheel out the 50 foot of the tile, and I'm going to have it overhang a little bit because I don't want to have it, erode down and then drop below the rock. So I'm going to have the tube come out over top of the rock and then spill into the rock. So the rocks will also be behind it a little bit, so it can't just drop. We'll see how it works out. That's my mental plan of someone who's never done this before. So here we are. If you want to see I have a couple of videos on my new Mini. So if you'd like to watch those, I'd appreciate it. But it's a Kx057, and it's been a really nice tool. I really, really like it. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and wheel out that tile, and we'll see how we're doing. I think we're about, 30 foot, 27 foot. Let's see. Boy, in the cold, wrangling one of these is like trying to wrangle a python. So, we're a little bit long on that side, but it's holding it. It's cold, so it's trying to keep its shape. We got a little bit more to go. We got basically the machine left, or the length left, which is fine. Will put us right at the edge of the old field line for where the cistern will be, which is good because I don't want to dig my farmer put rye down and till down that rye, so I don't want to dig into his rye, which is good. Well, basically it'll be right here. We'll fill all this in yet today still, and then we'll have to get rock separately. But yeah, we're getting there. We're definitely almost there. So stay tuned, I'll keep digging. Haha, not bad for a newbie, eh? That'll work. Hand shovel any imperfections. It's a little high right there, but a hand shovel will fix that in just 2 seconds. We're gonna fill this up with rock. This thing will discharge into it and it'll diffuse into the ground. I think we'll be good to go. Pretty jazzed about that. So I'm going to keep going because we're going to lose daylight. So that's why I'm going to keep going. I might throw this thing in here and see how it looks. Yeah, I probably should. This is my first time doing it. I'm just thinking about what to do as somebody who's never done this before. So, yep, she did great. What a very nice machine. This field's got a lot of rock. Oh, this is actually not rock. Thought it would be rock. Some clay. Some assorted topsoils. The good stuff is on the top, as usual. So yeah, here we are, and I'm gonna go put the tube in and see how it looks. Well, tube's in the hole. It's got some springs still, but we'll get to that. Little bit of springiness. I think this will work. Out by hand, hook that up. It's probably pretty close. I don't want to move that because I don't want it to go with the sound effect, of course. I'm going to keep working. We got another 3 corners, but I'm going to feed the other 2 into one. We're going to do the same thing that we're doing right here, but over there with both corners of it tied together, going out together. So, similar idea or similar setup. This next one's going to take a lot of time. And I figure the one by the road that everyone's going to watch me do, I figure I ought to be fairly good at it. I'm doing it by then. Man, it's deceivingly cold. I should have shut the door and the minis would be warmer. All right, I'm going to go track over and do that because this one is kaput. All right, so here's part 2. The interesting thing is there's about 18 inches of fall when we did this, from that corner to this corner. So I'm trying to minimize how deep I go here because I'm going to have to fall at least some to get it over there, and I don't want to have it too deep. So hopefully I didn't go too deep there. Keep in mind, this was built up a lot. So we're going to probably get pretty deep down at that other end, I think. Like I said, I hope it's not too deep. Like I said, I'm learning, so might be entirely wrong. We'll find out. But I gotta run. I'm gonna tie these 2 together, 1, 2, with 200 footers. And I'm hoping that that'll take care of, we'll hopefully have about 10 here, 10 over there of, gutter to here. And then we're gonna go to an elbow that I have here for there, an elbow. And then we'll have a T down here where we'll join the 100 to the one that comes down from that corner. But I do need to get these out of the way so I can dig. Like I said, we'll see. I didn't want to send water toward the road because it's the most likely spot for me to be driving vehicles and parking them or whatever. Why make the ground wet in a monsoon? And also, I figure maybe I can do something with the water later. Either tie it into my drainage system or, I don't know, do something. All I know, this one's going to go down here, so I'll put this over here. Hopefully this will be down here. We'll tie the 100 from that corner into there. This one will tie in from this gutter. And then this part, we'll send it back. Not like that, the wind blew. But it is deceivingly cold. My God, guys. It is chilly. So, I'm going to go see what I can do. And we'll go from there. Well, here we stand on this. I think it's looking pretty good. I'm just doing this by eye, so don't judge too hard. Hopefully it'll work. I'll come back and dig that out, just kind of the way that I squirreled the machine in here that I had to leave a little bit. There's a decent grade right here because this is all built up, and this stuff is all really compacted, so there's no cement here. It's just that it comes out in big chunks. It's just that this stuff is really compacted. So yeah. I was just getting out to look and make sure everything looked okay. What I'm going to do is, looks like I've worked myself a little bit up on the hill. I'm going to track to straighten myself out a little bit, and we'll keep on digging. So this is what it looks like from inside the cab. I'll go ahead and idle her down a little bit. We're just gently working back and trying to keep a decent grade. Now keep in mind, when it rains hard, there's going to be a huge head of water wanting to come down this. So I'm not too awfully worried about that. When the water's coming down that pipe, it's going to want to get out. So if this isn't a sewer pipe where I'm like super worried about it, you know, it's going to have a lot of wanting to flow. So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out. Alrighty guys, it's time to bury the first pipe. Well, the first one I did, I kept digging for the other side. I just came back here and finished this up. We got our connection right onto there, which I'll put a picture in, I think. We're going to go ahead and put the dozer blade down. We're going to check our clearances. I think we look good. Still look good on clearances, I think. How's that? Pick it up. See where we're at. So it didn't move. See the little label? I'm going to zoom in, guys. See the little label right there? She's still hooked on. We'll smooth this out later. We'll smooth this out later. We'll smooth this out later. Let's see here. But I'm just trying to cover it up so that we are good to go. Dozer down. I have to bring my mom in for procedure, a surgery technically, over the next couple days. So I'm trying to shore this up today on the off chance we get hammered with snow, which Michigan in January is a strange beast. Sometimes it is, like right now, it's cold. Like, I didn't appreciate how cold it was. I did not dress properly today. I'm wearing blue jeans, which I suppose are okay. But I'm just wearing a hoodie and a t-shirt. And let me tell you, it's not enough. Go down a little lower. Hopefully this works out. Let me tell you, and the only reason I'm not talking to you is because I figure you're here to watch, so I'll just shut up. But let me tell you, this is a job that I would not want to have to do with frozen ground. I mean, it's probably 25 degrees here right now. It's really cold. Really super duper cold. So, Kubota, well done on your HVAC system, because I'm warm, I'm comfy, I'm happy. Definitely a nice place to be right now. Whoops, wrong one. Now, we do not have dirt yet, or I'm sorry, rock, for the discharge spot, if you want. The discharge spot's a good 3.5 feet deep, maybe a little bit more. So we need some rock. That'll have to come later, but at least we're not having, because I mean, they're going to be grading tomorrow for cement. So I do not want to have a rainstorm. That's what I was getting at with Michigan weather. God only knows what Michigan weather is going to do, and I do not want to have a rainstorm come and make my brand new cement moist, or my foam all moist. So I wanted to get at least a couple corners done so we minimize what's going on. At least right now we're directing water away from our building. That has been accomplished with just the little director things. But I'm going to try, as usual, I have a dentist appointment tomorrow too, so don't you love when you're working against both other people's timelines and your own? And we're going to let this sort of compact on its own, I think. I'm not too terribly worried about it. I mean, it's amazing how nice... Look how nice that is. I love this machine. I absolutely love this machine. This thing is amazing. What you can do... And I'm just an amateur, guys. I mean, there are people who are phenomenal operators. I mean, you see videos all the time of people doing crazy stuff, like catwalking their skid steer into their dump truck. Like, how do you do that? I mean, I played around on wheelchairs to know how to, ride it around on two wheels. The risks are a whole lot higher when you're talking about an $80,000 skid steer, backing it into your, expensive work truck or dump truck or whatever have you. Pretty amazing how talented people are. Definitely very, very cool. But we're literally just backfilling across here. I'm going to let it settle, like I said, on its own, because I'm not too terribly worried about it. I'm just so happy to see this come out so nice, and I think it's going to work perfectly. I mean, it'll do the job of getting the water out. I need to get some rock, but we need to get rock anyway for our septic field, so I'm sure that's going to be on the menu here quickly. I need to follow up with my builder, because he's obviously subcontracting that out. Look at how nice that is. Just smooth. Now we're going to have to be careful here, because I made the hole, bigger over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill here without accidentally falling into our hole. Does that sound like a pretty decent plan? Probably want to avoid that oopsie daisies. Now I suppose we do have the power of God here with our big boom, so you could probably pick yourself up out of a problem, but definitely also don't want to fill up my hole that I just made for my rock. So there we go. Okie dokie. Look at that. I love it. So we'll leave that for right now, I think. I'm going to keep digging elsewhere. So I'm going to shut it off right here and keep going. I got some more to show you before it gets too dark, and it's already 4:51. It's 5 o'clock, so time just flies in the wintertime. My God. All right, well, thank you for watching this. That was pretty cool. I'm pretty jazzed about that. So this will end up being a longer video, but if you're interested in the content, then you're seeing things you're interested in. Sound good? Well, the method to my madness here is we're going to obviously hook up to that with a 4-inch pipe. We are going to, and this is all frozen. It's crazy. This is all nice compacted sand, and it's frozen. Yep, we got to finish digging that. It'll probably go to almost where the mini is, and then we'll have our little drainage pond or drainage thing. This, I hope, is ditched enough. We're going to have to pull the mini over here and dig this out because it's rock solid, hard, really heavy. I'm not doing it myself. I'm going to pull the lazy cart out on that one. In theory, we'll have a 100-foot run from there to there, and we'll have a T. As you can see, it gradually comes up. To the best of my abilities, it's good enough. Just a water drain or just a, gutter drain. And I didn't want to have water go over here because this is where I'm going to be actively doing things. I got to get the Mini over here and dig that out. So we'll go finish that, and then we'll wheel it over here. I would like to get the tube run out, and I would really like to hook it up. So we'll see if I can manhandle my way through doing that. I would love to get this thing draining ASAP, so I can feel good about that. So let's get back to it. Well, guys, we're running out of light here. So this will end up being the last video of the night because there's no point in making you guys strain your eyes. Here's what we got going on. I obviously have to dig that out a little bit more. Some fell in. Actually, I need to smooth that because it's a little bit low. That's what we got. So hopefully it'll work okay. I'm going to use some good old-fashioned manpower and hopefully get the tubes put in. I don't know how much I'll be able to finish it, but at least, number one, we're directing flow away tonight from the building. That's what matters. And I'm hoping I can smooth this out and get this ready to put some tubes in. So I'm going to do that right now. Maybe I'll be able to take a couple pictures, but at least for right now, I'll upload like this, and then I'm sure there'll be a conclusionary video that's going to have to happen because obviously I need to fill all this back in. So we'll get there. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, the sun has set on my little farm. Thanks for watching. I think we had a pretty darn productive day. It went pretty well, I think. Thank you all for coming along for the ride. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you did. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day.